Hello and welcome to Pandora's Tarot once again. These are the readings for the month of October 2016. Welcome everyone. As I always say, remember to check your rising and your moon sign as well as your sun sign, because that will give you a better picture, perhaps even more details as to what is expected of the month of October and the energies that are available to every one of us for this month, okay, this upcoming month of October. Especially, I've said this before, if you are a female or if you were born during the night or even both, the moon can be even more powerful than the sun, okay. I know that from my own experience, but because that's my case. So keeping that in mind, also I want to thank everyone who watches and likes and comments my videos. As I always say, thank you so much for being a part of this community. I really appreciate you watching and sharing, and I read all your comments even if I can't answer all of them, so thank you so much for spending your time with me. Okay, let's move on to the readings for each sign. Welcome back, Taurus, to your reading for the month of October. Let's look at the cards we have already laid out in front of us. We have in the challenge position the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords represents the end of a painful cycle. The Ten of Swords is the highest pain card that the tarot has, unfortunately, but and sometimes it could be also related to betrayal, to some kind of treason. And here's the thing, or what people have said about you, some kind of betrayal in that way. The important thing with the Ten of Swords is that it's the final stage of a grieving situation or a painful situation, because it is the number 10, but at the same time we have the Knight here, but behind the water, behind the swords, we have a new day starting. So it is a situation that will pass. It is a situation that will come to an end, even though of course this is a card that has a lot of emotions related to it, because we have all the water and the pain of someone being basically stabbed in the back. Here's the thing, I don't believe this is something that will happen in the month of October. This is something you have been dealing with. Whether it is you were thinking that perhaps someone was betraying you, or talking behind your back, and just betraying your trust in some form, and you finally get confirmation in this month of October, or you actually got confirmation before the month of October, and this is a month where you can finally heal this pain and move on from it, away from it. Because it does come up in the challenge position. It does come up as your focus to move away from this pain, and it was actually a very painful situation. It's not, I'm not going to deny that, and I'm not going to say you shouldn't honor what you are feeling, but what the tarot is telling you is that you should start to move forward, okay? This is a month, like I said in the introduction, where astrologically speaking, we are starting to move forward. We are starting to get better energies that will allow you to get into action, instead of just staying in the planning and thinking stages. And this could be something that, you're still hung up on this. And it happened a while ago in this year, but it happened a few months ago, and you're still hurt. So take this month as the opportunity to heal from this, because you have in the center of the reading the Two of Cups, and this is a great card because the Two of Cups represents the union of soulmates. So if you are still hurt because of a past relationship that ended badly, if you're still in this energy, you won't allow the space in your life to let this new soulmate enter, okay? Remember that soulmates are not only romantic soulmates. They could be our friends, it could be our parents, our siblings, our children, our friends. It could be that perhaps you find the right place for you in a job or the right home for you. That's also another way to look at this if it doesn't have to do with a relationship. It usually has to do with a relationship with another person, romantically involved or not. But it is coming together with a person that feels like home, that someone that feels like he or she knows you. And again, like I said before, if you stayed in this energy, you're not going to let them come in. Or even worse, you could be passing along this sad energy onto them. Okay. Another thing I like to say: just because they're soulmate doesn't mean that they have to stay in our lives forever. That's a I think it's a common mistake to think about something like that. But a soulmate is someone who walks into our lives to teach us something, and we teach them something in return. We are like mirrors. So this is someone who could teach you to really heal and leave this past pain behind you, but also someone who could heal your, because with this card, your ability to trust is, it's hurt. So you don't have the ability to trust, or you don't trust so easily with other people. And this soulmate comes into your life to teach you to heal that side of you and to be able to trust people again. Now, in the position of the things you won't be able to avoid, we have the Five of Wands in reverse. Now, all fives in the tarot are very unstable energy. And in the case of this Five of Wands in reverse, it represents a group of people that no longer can work together because they're so filled with ego, and they're trying to reach fame and recognition instead of working together towards a common goal. They're trying to be recognized, to stand out instead of working as a team. So fighting and backstabbing is very common in this group of people. So what the tarot here is saying is that you won't be able to avoid the way these people behave. Okay, and at the same time, we have the Moon card in the help you're going to receive. The Moon card comes up when there are truths coming out to the open. The Moon card represents when we are not seeing things clearly, but we think we are. It's like a fog. We think we're seeing everything as it is, but we're not. So it's also a card that represents connecting with our intuition. So coming up in the help position, there are truths coming out in regards to this group of people that are not good. The group dynamic here is horrendous. Basically, it's awful. So it could be that you find out that someone in this group of people, whether co-workers, friends, family, they actually help this person to betray you, or they knew about this betrayal and said nothing, or they were part of the group who actually talked behind your back and backstab you. Okay, so there is a realization about that. There are truths coming out in the open regarding that. As the final cards, we have the Seven of Cups in the reverse. Now, this is a card that talks about refocusing, because when we have it in the upright, we have a lot of options, a lot of things moving around at the same time. And the thing with this card is that we can't, we don't have a focused energy. We're all over the place. It's the shiny object syndrome. We like this and this and that and here and there, and you just can't focus, and you're not productive. Now, being in the reverse means that you're going to focus by the end of the month of October, Taurus, because after all of this pain and all of this truth, and maybe even painful truths coming out to the open, this person, this soulmate coming into your life will give you a new perspective, will allow you to refocus, to focus your energy on something that is much more productive, on starting a new path in your life, because you have another major arcana card at the end, the Wizard, the Magician. This is the card number 1 of the major arcanas. And the magician is someone who, is the master manifestator, basically. This is someone who has learned how to use the wand and the cup and the pentacle and the sword, all the elements that he has there on the table, to use them to manifest the life that he wants to lead. If you look at the card, everything has blossomed around him. He has managed to create what he wants to create. If we think about a wizard or a magician in real life, they manipulate objects to create something else, right? So this is what the tarot is telling you. You have the opportunity to do this month. Yes, there is an abrupt change in some kind of group dynamic because you discover things, and it could be painful, but at the same time you're able to transform this pain and this knowledge into a gateway into a new period or phase of your life, where you're going to manifest the life that you want to lead, and you're going to be able to create. It's much more creative and much more productive, this new phase of your life, if you're willing to focus enough. If you're still hang up on this pain, I don't believe by the end of October you will be able to achieve just the state of the magician just like that. It's a process, so you should go with the process, Taurus. But keep in mind that you have this possibility, this open door. So I hope this is helpful, Taurus. Thank you for spending your time with me, and I'll see you next month. Take care.